So I finally found some video on this drizzle stuff. I don't know too much about it. I just know it's sort of a counter movement or whatever, but this girl did a response. So let's take a look at her response.
I would much rather dusty men know their place and own the fact that they don't have the masculine characteristics to actually provide for a woman.
Masculine characteristics meaning you don't have the money to provide the lifestyle, right? Let's start with the video with shaming tactics. You guys have all heard this before, probably millions of times at this point, but let's see what else is down the pipeline.
And be the leader of a family. It's gonna make dating for women a lot easier. I've had so many girls that stay in relationships for years because the guy convinces them that they're a provider even when they're not providing. And they future project to these women and they're like, yes, when we're married and when we have kids, I'm gonna like buy you everything and you're gonna be a stay-at-home.
So I'm not in favor of lying about stuff. If you're gonna say something, then yes, you gotta follow through as a guy. So I understand this is not cool. But at the same time, right, I think the problem is it's a lot harder to achieve these things than it seems, right? And earning money, getting to a certain point where you can afford all of these things and do all the things that you would like to do takes a long time. And I think there's a number of guys out there that really want to do all these things and they have these goals. But yeah, reaching them obviously is a whole other thing in reality versus saying it. And I think that very often can get misinterpreted, which is why I tell guys to not even really bother saying their goals and saying what they want to do until they're there. Because if you start giving people the idea that you're going to get there, then they're going to start appropriating their own arbitrary timeline to how long they think it should take you instead of how long it actually takes, which is always way longer than you expect it to be, right? So just some food for thought.
Stay-at-home mom, just for that to never happen.
Drizzle means you and your friends got finessed, baby girl. All's fair in love and war. You know what happens all the time. Drizzle means you have to have better fashion than the king, baby girl. Cat's out of the bag, literally. This is a limited edition Louis Vuitton pocket square that they only made 30 of. And this shoebox here might be equal to your net worth because not only is there Louis Vuitton, there's Brioni, there's Hugo Boss, there's Etro.
Okay, so this at this point is very much some sort of a parody thing or making fun of her and her desires. Like I said, this whole drizzle thing is supposed to be some sort of counter movement to, hey, if you expect me in an equal world, I understand the logic of it. If the world is truly equal and girls really want equality, then why is it the standard that guys need to provide things for them? In the equal world, that makes no sense. So it's all just picking and choosing whatever benefits them, but not doing their part of or their responsibility, not fulfilling their duty, right? That's the whole idea of this, as far as I'm aware.
And there's so much more, baby girl. Drizzle means I'm keeping my wealth out of your reach like those Birkin bags. We're putting a burqa on the Bentley. You can't see it until you put a ring on that finger, baby girl. And it better be carats. If I broke those geodes up into carats, this would be $20 million of amethyst. Baby girl, get ready to spend because Mars is in retrograde. Peace, love, and drizzle. We out.
Yeah, this is obviously poking fun at the standards of women. Because yeah, they are a little bit ridiculous. Choose your lane, right? Choose which lane you want to go down. You want to go down the traditional lane where you're going to stay at home. You're not necessarily going to have all these nice things all the time. And the amount of men that can actually provide this is so far few in between. To expect that is just quite honestly delusional, and it gets to a point of materialistic. I understand certain people can provide this, of course. I get it. I'm not saying that I'm not shaming the people that are, if someone's willing to buy it, in the end of the day, it's their money, they earned it. So if they're buying these things for somebody, well, that's their life. Turn off the phone, stop trying to compare your life to somebody else's for a change, and just choose to be happy with what you have, because if you could do better, you would get it, right? You get what you deserve ultimately in life. And that's just the way it is for everybody. If you want something more, actually work for it. Just increasing your standards arbitrarily and wanting more things and feeling entitled to them does not automatically mean that you deserve them. So start asking yourself, what am I going to provide, do to get those things? And instead of being miserable even when your life is pretty good, maybe it's time to just put the phone down and choose happiness instead. If you want to support me and get access to private content, make sure to click the link in the description below to access my Patreon. I have a bunch of content there that'll help you get better with women and your self-improvement.